It is said that no one truly knows a nation until one has been inside its jails. A nation should not be judged by how it treats its privileged citizens, but the vulnerable ones. When it comes to China, the world should judge China not by its economic accomplishments, but by how it is treating the Uyghurs. Starting in 2016, China tightened the screws of oppression on Uyghurs by arresting prominent Uyghur intellectuals. As of today, millions of Uyghurs are languishing in concentration camps and are subjected to inhumane treatments by the Chinese government. My father, Yalqun Rozi, a famous Uyghur literary critic, writer, and educator, was among the first of those Uyghur intellectuals China arrested with trumped-up charges. He was arrested in October 2016 and was held in pre-trial detention for more than a year. During that time, using the organs of dictatorship, China fabricated evidence as it went along to charge my father and sentenced my father to 15 years in prison. My father was an honorable man and was unyielding on the matters of principle. He took a genuine interest in history and education and preached the value of education. He encouraged critical thinking and argued that wealth and status meant nothing for an Uyghur unless one went out into the community and contributed to prove oneself. The true motive of the Chinese government to arrest my father was to abolish Uyghur literature textbooks, of which my father was the chief editor, and to begin a notorious campaign to eliminate Uyghur language education altogether. Without language, one cannot talk to people and understand them. One cannot share their hopes and aspirations, grasp their history, appreciate their poetry, or savor their songs. By jailing my father, condemning, confiscating, and burning Uyghur textbooks, and forcefully abolishing Uyghur language education, China started its cultural genocide campaign on Uyghurs. The Chinese state propaganda, such as CGTN, said Uyghurs are happy and live in content in Xinjiang, and claimed that Uyghurs living abroad are lying about our families being imprisoned and suffering in concentration camps and jails in China. This new media campaign of China was nothing but a smokescreen for China's destroying of Uyghur culture and their horrible crimes against humanity. The spreading of Chinese coronavirus into the Uyghur region poses a great threat to the millions of Uyghurs detained in concentration camps and prisons due to the horrible health and sanity situation there. China should immediately release those detained Uyghurs and prisoners of conscience. The world could not remain indifferent any longer. History will remember your deafening silence in the face of such a great injustice. As Martin Luther King said, in the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. China, release my father immediately.